Hello there everyone and welcome back. My campaign for Conquest has officially begun and it is exciting times for all. Well, for everyone except the Iconians, the Salans, and whoever the hell this new race is, the Taurian regime. So, we are just we're just planting our flag down on what territory we can grab, and we're trying to explore with what I have access to, trying to grab what asteroids resources are available, and hopefully grab a couple more planets as a bonus. Because from the looks of it, this is going to be a very cutthroat little campaign, so any little advantage I can get early on is going to be a beautiful start for me there. It's just a matter of if will I be ready for when they decide to go full hostilities on me. Which, if the AI hasn't changed since my last campaign, because I don't know if the AI and the patch updates actually update them or enhance them, but the AI in my last campaign were pretty dumb, and I really hope I don't have to keep passing that starbase every turn, because I don't really need them enhanced defense just yet. I just want to see what the military ring actually did, because I never did use it for my last campaign. And Iconians, where the hell are you going, you poor lonely things? Oh, this is the uranium mine. Because I was wondering where the hell I was getting a mining ring for, and apparently it was right in my face. Aren't I an idiot? For those who paid attention to the first episode. But yeah, we got our Merc ship here, the Jensgard. It's going to actually explore this western region here while everything else checks the south and hopefully the east. Hopefully without hurting relations not too much there, because I have no actual military weapons to kind of abuse this. And even with this defender I conveniently got, there's still nothing I can do about the planet itself, so it's not worth getting hostilities just yet. Which begs the question, now that my terraforming slot is done, do I want to continue infrastructure or start working towards military or not? Because it won't take too long there. There's orbital manufacturing. What is this? Oh, gives me larger scale ships. I don't need to do that yet. Well, 4 turns for weapon systems, it certainly doesn't hurt to do that quickly, because I still got plenty of production to do as is, because I got terraforming, I got research labs that I haven't even finished the first one yet, so... Oh, never, I take that back. It's already upgrading the Cena lab. Don't give me that. Not yet, anyway. Let's just focus on our basic stuff. So that begs the question, how do I want to enhance my homeworld? Because there's a lot of potential here. Because if with enough terraforming slots I could get a lot of research down here, and this research can benefit from a lot of wealth bonuses around it there. This research lab basically is my trading post, and down here would be my research lab for the sake of just benefiting everything around it. So that's what I would like to do. Although I don't have any trade buildings just yet. I need to research that first. So let me enhance my population some, because I have a colonial hospital that enhances population. So I'll put this in the... Oh, I need a terraform slot there first. So I was under the assumption I could get more terraforming slots here. Apparently not unless I get an enhanced one, because I know some of these terraforming tiles actually, some give me a lot more freedom and some don't, so I'll worry about that later. But the hospital, I think for the time being, I'll put here. So that, because this is going to be such a massive world, I want to take full advantage of the production I can get off it. So growth and population will be handy until approval becomes an issue. And then I can enhance my infrastructure some other way. Through the other means. Because research is already very strong due to my racial trait. I want to get my production pretty decently first, so that way I can keep building constructors and military ships when I'm ready for it. In Jensgard, you are on the move. You have horrible vision, I gotta say though. You really need to work on that. especially with a survey module of all things. Does it actually have a survey module? Because I would have thought it would give it more sensor range. That seems like a huge oversight, if you ask me. Because my standard survey ship actually got 4 hex vision range, so... let's see. I could probably freely go in there for a turn 2 and won't hinder anything. And you, my scout, are going to check down south here. I'm about to have a Forerunner that's going to finish next turn 2, so I'm going to have 2 ships to scout this southern region. And sadly, I guess I'm going to need more than just the Jensgard checking the west. Because with 2 sensor range, that's going to take an eternity to kind of chart everything that's over there. I expected more of these stupid mercenaries. I want my money back. And with enough anomalies, I will. It's probably the best first purchase I ever made, as far as the mercenaries go. And now that I have Duranium, I can actually potentially buy something else, can I? Not quite. I need some other resources or a second Duranium. And otherwise, a lot of these are mostly combat ships, if I'm gonna guess, because I don't... Do I care about like colony ships and that? Because I kind of worry they're a one-time deal. Now my forward is done. Let's make another one, and then I'll get started with my constructors. At least get one going. It's gonna be a slow start, but at least with an extra scout that helps a little bit. And Jensgard, I need to make sure you're checking the edge appropriately. And there's the dragon. They may not realize it, but I'm probably going to be their best friend for a little while. Until they get on my bad side. And then I will happily take the turf. I'll take everything that they own. And happily use as mine. Or claim it for my own, rather. What the hell am I trying to say? So many things going on at once. I have a friggin' snowball mic in my face. It's obscuring the right side of the screen. There's so much going on here. But weapons are done. I'll have to get my warships assembled, at least my first one, which shouldn't be too difficult. And what is most important as far as being a benevolent race is I need to know how quickly I can get the, what is it, transport module, is that it? Yeah, that allows me to invade planets, so that is what I need most of all. So, military specialization, and then I need to get 12 research tech, so it doesn't sound too difficult. And commerce, I was talking about this earlier. I think I want that to start benefiting from the wealth that I can get. Then we'll look at the other stuff once I get that at least. And I don't know what the hell to do with this. If I run into pirates, maybe this defender will be useful. Otherwise, it is going to be capable of taking on anything that has like shields. Which is kind of unfortunate because I am trying to house rule this in a way that we can have a nice, intense, and not really easy type of campaign here. Because I want the first house rule I mentioned, if you weren't paying attention or weren't watching the first video, is I am going to design ships that have no defenses at all unless I commit to all 3 of them on the ship design. So I'm not going to do something like the Defender, which it has only shield defense. If it's going to have defense at all, it's going to have all 3 missile, armor, and the shield deflector. Or none at all. And there are a few other ones I'm working on trying to figure out as we advance further, but I am trying to make a serious effort to house rule this for the sake of the YouTube video series, to try and at least make it a little more entertaining rather than snowball is probably going to be, considering how dumb AI can be in most cases. So this is a bit of an experimentation. It's those, oh my, it looks like the dragon and me are going to be competing for who gets to conquer these 3 races first. I told you this was going to be cutthroat. I just not sure how quickly it's going to get to that point. Because apparently I got the best spot of all of them. And there's my good old Kryklons. Where are my Kryklon expanse hiding? I would love to see what they're up to. Because I am curious if they'll ever use my ship designs I made for them or not. Or if they're going to just strictly use Iconians, which I'm going to assume will be what happens. Commerce is already done. We're doing really well for ourselves. Do I want the bonus? Do I even care about morale? Because I'm pretty certain there's a benevolent trait that will help with morale even more. Not to mention I have a morale relic. So, let's see. What else do I need for my main infrastructures? Let's see. Increased food growth. Raw production sounds perfect. And there's the hive that I kept seeing in my Kryklon series, but I never was able to build them. And apparently, upon looking, I found out these stupid things completely replace the molecular fabricators. So, does that mean I have no molecular fabricators anymore? Because they used to be right here where the hives were. So that is really crazy if you think of it from my perspective. I was able to build molecular fabricators, yet they were able to build hives. So that is really crazy to me. Anyways, enough going on about it. What do I want? I'd love to keep going for research, because that is my strongest trait and I want to go for it, but manufacturing is so promising, isn't it? Because I am going to be building a lot of ships, ideally. The concern then is, well, the maintenance of them, which I do have a trait for to help with that some, and I'm going to get a lot of income, so I'll worry about that later. That's for haul. And this enhances my engines, which might be good. Get that early so it can enhance my ships, especially my Forerunner scouts. Give them 5 movement there, and they'll be going just as fast as my survey ship. And how fast does the Yengar go? 7, so it can keep up with them reasonably well. And I found my board edge. Ooh, I guess this is where the Kryklons are at. They have their nice little corner of the map there. So, at least for now, my poor little Kryklons are safe. We'll see how the AI interprets my intention with them, though. Will they meet my approval, or am I gonna just shake my head disapprovingly at them? Oh. And apparently, they're gonna be best friends with the Krins, so this is gonna be amusing. A benevolent race, paired up with my own creation, that are both orange territory colors. That is not going to get confusing quickly. I'm just going to pay attention later on to the series how confused I get trying to decipher which race is which now. And I am delving into the territory, and there's not much reason to, because there's no anomalies I'm going to find in there. And I'm just trying to peruse through here without too much incident. I would imagine a lot of them are not really too happy about it. Apparently my Kryklons are very aggressive, even though I made them pragmatic, so that's kind of funny. Opposing ideals. So, are they... Wow. That is not what I'm speechless. They're benevolent. I made you pragmatic, and you have a benevolent type of trait, apparently. Apparently the AI is really screwed up with the AI of the Kryklon. I don't know what to think. Otherwise, sailors are slowly not getting happy with me. The Dragon are being Dragon. The Taurians don't like me, and neither does Iconians due to their benevolent ideology. So this is going to be interesting. Apparently Galactic civilization is not very good at managing AI, or maybe they're just trying to be smart with like colonizing their planet. They got one of those like ideology type of events. I don't even know if AIs benefit from that, to be honest. Jeez. And they probably picked something that was benevolent for some reason. I'm not sure what to make of it. Nonetheless, we are We are upsetting the Kryn now, another malevolent race, and they could be a bit of a threat, because they are potentially close enough to attack me there if I'm not prepared. So thankfully I have basic weaponry to help to some extent, but seeing as I think that only gives me access to lasers, I need to slowly evolve or get a different type of weaponry, so I'm not kind of like a one-trick pony, essentially. Get me some missile weaponry and all that as well. That is the hope, anyway. Let's see, is that the Iconian ship? Yep, that's the Iconian cloud. And I need another starbase, I realized, to grab this thulium. So, should I just buy it? Yeah, I just rushed it there. I'll grab the thulium now that I know I have a mine ring. For some reason, I can't remember if it was I had access to it right away in the last campaign, but I might as well grab that now because they're definitely going to try and do that when it comes to that point. So, I think, like I said, I want to start preparing for my war efforts, so weapon accuracy sounds promising, especially for the railguns, since they're just naturally low accuracy. I don't think missiles and lasers have lower than 100% accuracy, though. Reduce cost or reduce mass. I'm going to have a lot of ships, ideally. So maybe I want to reduce costs. And let me check up on my colony quickly, because apparently I messed up there and let it continue building the research lab, so that was a bit of blunder on my part. And there's the market center, so I'm going to get started with that there, and probably build a couple there for the wealth. Because having that extra income will be good for rushing stuff when needed, especially with such a low population. Research lab here is about to finish, so I can get another market center here. And that also enhances influence, so I don't think I really care about influence that much. Unless I'm worried about culture flipping, but since there's so many different races here, I should be safe from that. Maybe. Especially with, like, it looks like I have a lot of worlds, so that easily should counterbalance it to some extent. I think I'm okay for now, but I need to keep an eye on that, because culture flipping could be a risk as far as my world's rebelling. In Jensgard, you need to find me some more anomalies. Although if your sensor range is not working out very well for you. Let's see. We got more scouts down here. We finally got some empty free space here, so I can freely roam around here and try and find an anomaly or two. But I think I'm almost certain the dragon have already claimed them. So I don't know why you're going around there. Oh, it's planet. That was confusing. I click randomly to the fog of war and decides to not take me in the most direct route. Of course, it doesn't let me double click to choose where to put them. And it's called construction ship. Is it possible to get both the thulium? That would be kind of nice, actually. Because that thulium I can use for a research lab, or which could be good for early on. It's going to lose value at some point, but then I could use that for a targeting relay, get more accurate ships. Ooh, perfect. So I get them. That solves a lot of my problems, and I get scanners now. So does this really need perimeter scanner? Well, it's going to be on the edge of the border, so I think I'm okay there. And actually, since now I have access to it, let's get this military ring, also a scanner to keep an eye on things here. So we're doing good. Keep my defender around, and it looks like the assailants managed to smuggle one from their debris. So I actually have competition there. Although I wonder who will win that fight. Because mines are fragile, but oh, never mind that thought. The assailants are also agile, so they might win in a head-on fight, so need to be very mindful of that. And I got me some freighters and a bunch of other ships I do not care for. But I think we're getting to the point where I'll have to start making some of my own warships, so that's going to be fun. Maybe now is a good time to get started.